Hello everybody and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Tatum and today we are going into child's pose, from basic cues and to different variations you can take to mold the pose and develop a relationship with the pose to fit your body. We are not cookie cutter humans, so everything will look different and feel different in our bodies, and I'm here to help you figure out what variation is best for you. So grab your materials. I have a pillow, a blanket, and 2 blocks. If not, just watch the video and decide which one you want to try. All right, you guys, so if you got all your materials or you just want to see which one would be best for you and then try it out, then here we go. So option number 1. Now, in the traditional pose, you can have your knees together or you can have your knees out wide. So in the very, very traditional one, embryo, we'll begin with our knees together, toes touching behind us as we gently hinge forward. And we can have active hands out in front of us, bringing our forehead down to the mat, or we can reach our hands behind us, palms face up, and our forehead's coming down. My forehead is not touching the ground, and my hips are kind of lifted high to the sky, and this is putting a lot of pressure on my knees because I have pretty sensitive knees. So I like to opt for big toes touch, knees out wide. This is option number 1. If you are in a studio, most likely they'll have blankets. If not, you're at home, you'll definitely have a blanket. Just grab a throw blanket, whatever. It doesn't need to be a fancy little yoga blanket or whatever. So we're gonna sit back. My big toes are touching, and you can take your knees out as wide as you'd like. So my knees are out as wide as my mat here. I'm gonna inhale, lift through my chest. Exhale, walk my hands forward. As I reach forward, you can take your forehead down to the mat here. And this just gives your hips a little bit of connection to some sort of earth or and relieves a little bit of tension on your knees here. So it's lifting you up and you're just not hanging out in space. So this is option number 1. Option number 2, say your forehead is floating in space, which mine does a lot. You don't have to always have your forehead down towards the earth, and every day is different, so be mindful of that. So again, inhaling as you lift up, exhale, come down, bringing that forehead to the block, and then you can rest your hands, palms can be face up, or you can take that active approach. Maybe you lift your elbows and sink your hips back towards your heels here, relaxing through your shoulders as they're pulling back and down your back. I like to take the non-active approach though. This feels a lot better in my body. All right, so that was option 2. Option number 3, again, if you have sensitive knees like me, let's take our blanket right on our mat. And this is perfect. It can stay here pretty much the majority of your practice. In my personal practice, I usually have a blanket here. Big toes touch, knees out wide. And then I'm gonna take a small pillow back onto my heels so I can sit back. Block out in front of me. And then when I'm ready, I'm just gonna gently walk myself on down, taking the block right underneath my forehead, just enough so my nose can hang off the block here. So you don't have to have your whole face on the block. I mean, you can if you'd like, if you want to stretch out your neck, maybe taking your right ear to the block. Just remember to switch sides, taking that left ear to the block, and relaxing down. Again, palms can be face up, palms can be face down, arms can be active, or arms can be down at the floor. All right, option number 4. I was gonna say 4. All right, so I have 2 blocks out in front of me, and say you're coming in for like a cozy flow, and the class starts off in child's pose, and you're like, that doesn't sound great right now. So I'm gonna make this child's pose feel great. So I have my 2 blocks and a big fluffy pillow on top. And I'm still sitting back on this pillow, and I have the blanket underneath my knees. scoop myself forward here so my shins are completely on and just my feet are hanging off the blanket here. You can inhale, lift up, and then exhale, come down. Now I'm not going to hinge all the way forward because you're going to hear some crazy noise on the microphone if I do. And you can take your hands on either side, and this will keep your chest lifted here. And you can take your right ear to the pillow so your whole upper body is lifted up. And this is just, it's more calming and soothing and easier to breathe. And then just remember again to switch sides. So taking your left ear to the pillow to stretch out both sides of your neck equally. But this is a really good support to keep your chest lifted, allowing your arms to relax and rest. And your hips are still supported as well by the pillow and blanket underneath you. If you'd like a quick stretch down your triceps here, I do love this pose. So sometimes teachers will be like, okay, let's take our hands together and then bring the thumbs back to the nape of our neck. Sometimes that's like whatever, but if you have blocks here, you can get an even bigger stretch. So I'm gonna take my elbows here, palms together. I'm gonna drop my head in between my upper arms, allowing my chest to melt to the floor. Elbows are still on the blocks, and I can bring my thumbs back down to the nape of my neck. Fingertips are pointing back behind me. So this is a nice deep stretch down the backs of your arms. We'll just mark that one as a bonus because that wasn't really a variation to make it feel better. That's just something that you can incorporate into your practice. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the variations today. It's always an honor. And if you're interested, I have all of these on the blog as well at tatamarieyoga.com. If you have any suggestions or just want to let me know your favorite variation, or if I missed a variation, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I'm always happy to get connected with you guys. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe to support free yoga. It really helps me out. And yeah, if you have any suggestions on the next poses coming up, let me know, and I will see you next time. Namaste.